Welcome to our Alumni Interview Series. I'm Greg Olson, graduate from 1996, and it's my pleasure to track some of our alumni down, both from TBS and SCA, see what education that they have gone on to, what career paths they have chosen, and some of their life stories that have happened since they've left our school here. So follow along with me as we see what you all have been up to.
Hi, my name is Greg Olson. I'm the Director of Admissions and Dean of Students at Sound Christian Academy, formerly Tacoma Baptist Schools, and I'm here in Sea-Level Bakery and Coffee with Liz, used to be Spiger, and now Menke, is that right, Menke? Menke, who's one of the owners of the bakery here along with her husband. And so she's a former alumni of TBS, actually graduated the same year that I did, and I'm just going to ask her a few questions here just to see what's going on in her life and what she's been up to. So Liz, thanks so much for doing this. Really, really appreciate it. And it's always cool whenever we come down to Cannon Beach here to stop by and to see how you're doing, and your business is growing, which is pretty cool. So it's been a little while since we graduated, but can you tell us, I already know, but what year did you graduate?
96. Yeah.
Yep.
90s.
A while ago.
It's been a hot minute.
So I know there's some ground to cover there, but what did you do after high school? It seems to me like I remember maybe you went to France or something.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember.
So I've done a little bit of hopping around, but my main trajectory was Moldova. So I went to Moldova. It was Bible college then for 4 years, and I studied Bible and theology, and then I also had a second major in youth ministry. So that took about 5 years of my life.
Okay.
But one of those years I went to France to learn French.
Ooh.
So that was in 98, and I went to a pole immersion course in the Alps. Wow. With my family. After I graduated from Olson, I moved to France in mission work for a few years. So I was over there in total, I spent like close to 2 years, and I met my husband at the tail end of that term in 2004. And I met him in France, in the southwest of France. He was from Portland, Oregon, where I had been going to school.
But it took going to France.
We had to go a long way to find each other. So just to find out we were from the same Northwest, and we ended up getting married and living in Lincoln City, which is 2 hours south of here in Oregon. And we started a family down there, and we moved to Portland for a year or 3, and then back to Lincoln City before the Lord brought this opportunity here in Cannon Beach. So I would say my journey is pretty small, but is big in some ways. So, and my education was pretty pointed towards youth ministry and Bible theology, but it has, over the years, I can just see where God was teaching me how to work hard, God was teaching me how to be creative, and He's teaching me how to love people and having passion for people. And I think eventually I've tumbled into this place in life where I'm able to learn things that are difficult. I'm able to face challenges. I'm getting better at managing stress.
Yeah.
And I would say that I really have grown up learning about hospitality, and I'm able to do it really well. And part of my desire to be in hospitality, and my husband's as well, is that it's a vehicle to serve other people. And so on a kind of the inside track of my heart is that this business, even though it looks like a run-of-the-mill coffee shop and bakery, is that my goal, my desire, my heart is to serve people and to love them in space and the places they are. It's a very small window of interaction, but those touch points in people's lives are the gateway for Jesus to heal. And I want to be part of that in people's lives. So it's kind of cool. An inside out church in the center here. The people come here.
Sure.
And they come here and they serve one another. They experience like a really different experience in being served. And my staff is some believers and some pre-believers. And we all are working towards my goal, which is just fabulous experience and long work. But I would say, yeah, because it's been a wild journey.
I like the way you put that, pre-believers.
Yes.
So that's kind of like that you have a perspective of like you're working towards a goal there. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, and it's not that I do anything necessarily, but it's the grind, it's the iron on iron kind of work environment that we have here in food. Yeah. And the fact is that God is here. Whether people see him or not.
Yeah.
And I had that opportunity to love and work differently than the rest of the world does. And they have the opportunity to be in this space with us. And so my prayer is, if that spirit gets both their hearts and back.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell me a little bit about kind of the dream that ended up becoming Sea Level Bakery. Like how did that originate? And then just a little bit about how you ended up here.
Okay, so my husband went to U of O and he did a business administration major, geography minor, and he really wanted to own a small business. Well, he kind of fell into this like coffee hole, and he started roasting his own coffee, and so I got him a coffee roaster eventually, and he was roasting his coffee, and we started tasting coffee and like discovering more about it. It's kind of like tasting wine or tea. You know, it's a very diverse palate that you have to build to recognize these different flavors. And so we began doing that with coffee. And what has happened is, what has become is, we began thinking about doing a coffee business. And that became more like roasting was our goal. But there was a lot of coffee roasting where we lived already. So we were like, we don't want to just compete with guys who've been for a while, so we're being fair. And we really wanted to serve good coffee. We didn't want it to be, just another guy roasting coffee. So I would say one of our foundational goals is to do things with excellence.
Sure, I see that.
Most taste and I really call it bad. We wanted to do everything with excellence. So whatever it takes kind of mentality. And we were here on a vacation at Good Beach with family, and this business location was already a coffee and just baking kind of business and selling the coffee. Fine, get the goodies and take it home. And we found out that they were going to move their business to Portland, and that was the final weekend of their service.
Oh wow!
So we asked them for what's going to happen here, and they're like, we don't know, we're moving to Portland. We'll give you the building owner's information. And that weekend we sat down with the building owner.
Sound Christian Academy is continuing the tradition that was started through our heritage of being Tacoma Baptist schools, of providing quality, conservative Christian education at an affordable price. If you would like to continue to find out more about what we're doing, please subscribe to these interviews and find out more about what some of our alumni are doing, and also go to our website, soundchristianacademy.org, and see what we're up to now.
And basically went home, built the business plan, my husband did, and I went to stage at a bakery. Because I had never done baking in a commercial environment, and in Lincoln City. And I'm still nursing a baby, we were 1 year old, literally. And we put our feet into it. We moved here. That was September of 2013.
Okay.
We moved here in January 2014.
Wow.
And got a rental and did our own elbow grease on the building in the beginning. And we went to school underneath Stumptown in Portland to get us started. They had excellent training and excellent account care, and I hired people who had faith and forward to Orson speaking, and we began this slow operation.
Cool.
So really, my journey here is a journey of self-taughtness. So being able to learn on the fly, being able to learn from other people, and then practicing skill, which just takes brute effort, and I don't know, like a lot of gumption, and
Sure.
we've sweat a lot of blood, and cried a lot of tears.
Yeah, I bet. It's been really cool to see in the age of social media. One of the cool things about social media is being able to see some of the videos that you put out. And I definitely can see both your, if you want to call it entrepreneurial spirit, trying different things, but also your pursuit of excellence, just in the way that you try different things, being glad to see you do it, how you're doing it, and then you're describing maybe different ways that you're learning new things all the time. It seems like, so that's pretty cool.
I think baking lends itself to like try again. And so probably one of the things that's thrilled into me young and in my youth and even my younger education through TBS was to not give up, an attitude of perseverance. And I think it's great to have leadership around you and around our children who have those kind of perspectives, because I feel like the day and age now is a lot like, well, it's okay if you're not good at it, just give up. And I'm like, why? Why give up? Because you might discover something so cool about yourself or something that you're able to overcome. And that is the goal.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been here since 2014. So you've been successful for a while. You survived
10
COVID.
years. Yeah, we survived COVID.
You just recently did a fairly major remodel to your kitchen, amongst other things. And
Yes.
so what are some of your hopes for the future?
Some of the hopes for the future are going to be, wow, I really want to see my staff grow up and hold up what we're doing and be able to teach and train other people to do what I do, and to continue growing in the areas that I need to get better at in terms of like being a business owner and being a sort of a person who could delegate and arrange and organize and cast vision. And it's really hard to like put a finger exactly on what's the future here, but we've made an effort in wholesale business, like wholesale work, but that would be making more changes. So it means like different equipment, stronger to staff, and hire and train staff. So all those things need to come. It also could be branching out, maybe having a small satellite set up. There's been a high call for that for years now, but it's just never been able to bring into life, because it just takes physical manpower in here, and I think that's like potentially in the future.
Okay.
But I can't say for sure when or where.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely just trading eyes. Yeah.
I think that you've mentioned some of this already, but if you were going to speak to maybe students or parents of the TBS/SCA family that are there now, just based on your experience there and just where you are at now in the world, what might you want them to know about their experiences with now, things that maybe you would want them to know that they maybe should take advantage of being at a small private versions with it?
I would say to carry with your children in a smaller, specialized school, sharing about the same values you want to have instilled in your children. Take this opportunity to engage your children, even though they may not look like they're struggling in those adolescent years. Like, take time to engage them, because the challenges they're facing, whether they seem small or large, are going to leave an imprint on them in the future. And you had the opportunity to really integrate, work through your children in such a small environment. Do the work. I am so grateful for my family, and I love my parents to death, and I'm grateful for what they what decisions they made for me about education and when I was young. And I think that there's a lot of value in going to a small private school like that. Also, there's challenges in the small private school
Sure.
because it's so small.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but our class was like male heavy and female
Yes,
light.
I do remember that.
Okay, so maybe that made me a little stronger character, but those are like funny challenges that we remember even as adults, and they leave a lasting impression. And I think that being able to hash that stuff out and even having a caring adult integrate on that is important. Don't be afraid to go after something it seems you might be passionate about.
Yeah.
And give it a couple of tries.
Yeah.
Give it a couple tries, because I just remember finding a passion, thinking I wanted to know more about it, and then not giving up on it, and going after it again and again. And I think that having the staff that are in the school, small environment, those teachers, they have the bandwidth to connect with you.
Yeah.
And they may be able to connect you to people who can help you find out more about those passions.
Absolutely.
And you never know. So I just think that we need more young people coming up with passion and with compassion.
So thank you, Liz. We're going to take a tour here in a minute of some of the changes she's made to the back, front and back of Sea Level Bakery here in Cannon Beach. But thanks once again.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching this interview with Liz and finding more about what she's doing down in Cannon Beach, Oregon. Please hit the follow or like button or subscribe button. It really does help us out, and it also will let you continue to follow what other interviews that we may have coming up. Also, if you would like to see a more in-depth tour of some of the remodel that Liz has done to her bakery and coffee shop, follow along and look at these links here. It will go to a separate link that shows you kind of an in-depth, exclusive tour of the backside of their kitchen and bakery. Sound Christian Academy continues to partner with parents to provide an affordable, quality Christian education in the South Sound. If you would like to follow on with more of what we're doing, please go to our website at soundchristianacademy.org and you can find out more there. Also, please hit the follow and like buttons if you would. That really helps our following grow, and it also will help you stay in touch with some of the cool things that we're doing, both through these interviews and beyond. So thank you.